Back in Canada now. Flew home this morning. Obviously, I think anybody saw a number of things happen last night. The first thing was the horse put a step in leaving. You can hear from Doe Head in a minute. The horse put a step in leaving and got away sixth. At that point, what are you going to do? You're just sitting sixth in a small field. I think if my math was quick after the race, I looked, he was at the quarter in like 29 seconds, went a mile 53 and 4. Not only was it the fastest mile of his life, but it was a big mile on a cold night. So, no, he didn't win, obviously. He didn't even hit the board, but he was very close, beat like a length and a quarter of the final. But at the same time, the horse proved that he's going to be able to hang with the best horses. I think next year, if you want to extrapolate talent, speed, ability, and then sprinkle in his pedigree, I think it's pretty safe to say that 3 Point Blue Chip is well on his way, which is a great thing, but well on his way to being the best horse that we've ever had. So very impressed with the way he handled himself. The thing I thought was most impressive was the fact that he could have very easily made a break coming out of the gate. He had the intelligence, in the work ethic. This is a horse that wanted to race. At that point, when a horse puts a step in like that, it's much easier to make a break than not make a break. It took him 3 or 4 lengths to compose himself and then back into the race, and that was a very impressive race. But I don't know if I asked you, James, why do you think he put the step in?
I'm not sure. Just took a bad step, himself a whack, and got out of gear. It's kind of put a step in and Dover off the turn. I jumped on quick to go and change gears real fast.
I think that was it. I mean, he wants to get out of the gate, that horse. And
yeah, he likes it.
his first 2 steps, when you're trying to accelerate quick, and we try to show the horses this in training in slower motion, and hope that they pick it up as they get older. And to be able to snap like that is not an easy thing to do. And to see this horse recover from horses young, you drive enough of them, but I've driven enough of them too to know that when young horses put a step in going at that speed, what were you at the quarter in? 27 and something. So usually the fastest part of a first quarter, especially in a race like that, is always the first 8, always. And to see, I'm not going on that. And to see him put that step in and then recover the way he did going that speed, it was impressive. It was impressive. So obviously not the result we wanted, but certainly not a disappointing result. I mean, lots of times when I've come on and talked to you guys about not getting the result we wanted, the horse was sick, the horse just didn't race good, maybe the horse wasn't good enough. None of the above last night. The horse raced fantastic. Just to get away 6th in a 6-horse field, and the race to shape up the way it did. Can we stay in this? We're gonna stay right here. Yeah, eventually we do, but is there an accident or something up here? Yeah, I should have got out. What's it say? No, it's just now. Oh, there's an accident right here, I think. No? It's stogged up here. Be alert, reduce speed. Narrow shoulder. Yeah, we'll get off to the next one. So, horse race good. No complaints. No complaints from me about his drive or the way the horse raced. I thought he raced very, very well. We had a number of people interested in 3 Point Blue Chip heading up to this race. I mean, obviously, this is, it's one of the hottest families in horse racing right now. You have Plunge Blue Chip, Splash Blue Chip, this colt, who's now, he ends the year with $140,000 made. And then his sister just sold for $475,000. Everybody knows what's going on. He's a Walner, he's a stud, he has lots of talent. A lot of people are paying attention, and there were a number of people that contacted us this week about 3 Point Blue Chip, and quite frankly, I'm not in a position to visit that just yet. And when it comes to him, listen, I think we got I know that a lot of people that own this horse have waited their entire lives to own a horse as good as him. I know we've been in similar positions before, but 3 Point Blue Chip, from what I can see outside looking in, appears that he has every opportunity and very likely could be a pretty special horse. So we're going to put him away for the summer or for the winter. I know a lot of people are going to be asking us questions. Anthony, where's he going to turn out? Who do you think might train him next year? I don't know, guys. There's no point asking me those questions just yet. Those are questions that'll be answered down the road. As far as where he's turned out, I can tell you where he's going to be turned out. The absolute best place that we can turn him out. I know I spoke to Tom Grossman last night, and he was hoping that we would send him back to Blue Chip Farms for obvious reasons. They have, they still have 10% of this horse, and they want to make sure that he is in the finest form he can be. So when you have somebody with an added motivation to make sure the horse has a wonderful turnout, it makes sense that that's probably a place that I'm looking at. So 3 Point Blue Chip may be heading back home to Blue Chip Farms for the winter. We will see. We'll talk about that over the next week. But for right now, really happy with the colt that we ended up with. Just take a minute, if you will, if you want to looks like it's going better now, eh? Yeah. Take a minute to reflect on how this horse trained down for a number of reasons. I want everybody just to stop and think about what took place with 3 Point Blue Chip this year, how we chose to develop him, how we chose to race him, and what that looked like, both the starting product and the final product, what that looked like and how we got there. And it's a feather in everybody's cap that we were able to tailor a training regimen for him that fit him like a glove, and it worked out very, very well. So but more importantly, when we go back and look at all the horses we trained down, and I tell you guys, you just don't know, we won't know until we get them to the races how true that really is. There wasn't one human being that did that top 10 list. There was one, I can't remember who it was, we talked about this yesterday, but there wasn't really one person, and if there was only one that said this colt could be a nice horse, and everybody else just kind of left him aside. And that's important for a number of reasons, for people to take a look at the horses that we have, and take a look at not just what they are today, whether that be November, January, or March, or June. Not just what they are on any particular day, but what they could be. And that's what we love about horse racing. You just never know. So a great season for 3 Point Blue Chip, a great season, a great year for the stable.ca. And if you can look at what we have in the barn, probably going to be a banner year for us again next year. So with that, we will put 3 Point to bed, metaphorically and literally, for the season, and start focusing now on our 2020 horses. We do have some of our newer acquisitions racing this week. I will report that Locatelli has some mucus in his nose, and Harry sent me a couple of pictures today. Obviously, Harry doesn't want to race the horse if he isn't 105%. So what we could do is if we draw his blood, we get his blood back, and it isn't 100%, he does have that nasal discharge, we can maybe put him, scratch him and school him this week, later on in the week, and make sure that he's tight, but make sure that he's healthy. So either one of those two routes will go. I don't know today. I'll know tomorrow which it'll be. He'll either race on Monday or he won't. But definitely a horse that we're keeping a very close eye on heading into the fall and winter here in Canada and at the stable. So I'll talk to all of you very, very soon. But for now, almost back home.